Mm,
if you suppose you are going with Java
mm,
and say this is our website, I think so you know about our website, uh, utbsim.com, and
mm-hmm.
in Selenium Training, these are the course contents.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I think so till this or collection Java programming collections reflections till this these are all the basics of the
Yeah.
Java. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
it is more than enough to know Selenium. You
Mm,
don't have to go too deep because you are not in a developing business, you are in a testing business.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but you have to you need to have your basics clearance. Now,
Mm.
if I ask you, like, say, what is an object in what is object in Java? How will
Mm-hmm.
you explain it to me?
Yeah. So the objects just like a part of a class or instance of like a class, so we can
Mm-hmm.
access that whole class with objects like with the methods and like that. So using the objects, so it's just like a instance of class, I can say, or like a part of that objects, like part of the class that we can access it.
Suppose
Um,
if I'm a layman
mm,
and you want me that I have, that you are giving knowledge to me that what is an object. So how will you explain it to me? Suppose I am a student, you are a teacher. If you have the knowledge.
um, so how can I say that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a blueprint, the class. I mean, it's like the whole complete thing,
Mm-hmm.
where the object can take anything from the class. I'm just saying in a very simple words. So yeah, that's a bit.
No, don't worry. No worry.
Yeah.
Just now, if you want to have knowledge in object, first of all, you will have to clear the concept regarding oops. You know
Mm.
oops. I think so. You know oops. So if I tell you, if I ask you what is an oops, what is oops, what will you answer me?
It's object oriented programming. Like it's all. Yeah, that's usually full form. It's like that.
Yeah, it's a full form. Like,
Yeah.
now, suppose if you want to give me knowledge, if you want to understand, can say you are a teacher, I am a student. So how will
Mm.
you explain to me that what is an oops? Because sometimes what a interview in the interview
Mm.
they can ask you. So you know the full form of oops. Okay. So what is this oops like object oriented? What is this oops? How will you explain it to me?
Yeah, as the name says that it's all based on the objects.
Hmm.
That's we like object-oriented programming. So all the programs and everything we written as based on the objects.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the object creates the memory
Mm-hmm.
allocated for that instance. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all basically the programming that
Mm-hmm.
based on the object. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, if you want to give an example that
Mm.
the concept of this, how will you explain that? How will you explain that to me? Or suppose your interviewer, he or
Uh,
she will ask you, just give me an example.
yeah, I mean, yeah, if like how can I
Hmm.
explain? Like it's all
Yes.
based on, yeah, it's all
Hmm.
based on
I
the
want you
objects
to
and the
explain it to
class.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you.
Yeah.
Suppose I am a layman, and I want you to give me knowledge about the oops. Why I should follow the oops? The question is, why should I follow oops? What it give me to me? I can do the coding in one page, two page, three page, five page, six page. What is the use of this?
Yeah. I think there should be some standards to follow in this
Why
object-oriented
should I follow
programming.
the standard?
Then,
What should it give me?
like, it's just
Just
like a
a
program.
just a question. Don't let yourself too down.
Yeah, that's
It's a,
okay.
it's yeah. Whatever the things I will told you, say to
Mm-hmm.
you, it's just for the purpose of the interview because
Okay.
I am there for because I am there with the students who are in the corporate world and they ask me to prepare them for the interview. So I will ask
Mm-hmm.
them these types of questions. Now, you know ISO. that is marked international standard organization.
Yes, yes, yeah.
You want to go buy some TV or fridge, and it has some that we are ISO 2001 certified, something
Mm,
like that. So
yeah.
what is that?
Like something that has to be passed, like it should be there, um, the standard.
Yeah.
Uh,
Suppose I will give you an example. Suppose I have a company in which I am making fridge. I have in fridge making.
mm,
This is my end product. This is fridge. Okay. Now in fridge making, I need some you can say machinery. Okay. The
mm-hmm,
I buy perfect machinery.
yeah.
Okay. Then there is a man. I hired perfect man, like three persons who are very much qualified. Okay, then I need some part, machine parts. Some suppose three parts I need. Three part. I buy it in the you can say the best part in my market. Now my fridge becomes ready.
Mm,
With all this, my fridge becomes ready. This is a product. I go to ISO. Then please give me the label and this is my fridge.
mm,
They say we will not see the product.
mm,
They say we will not see the product. They will give me the guidelines, their rules, their manifesto. Suppose they have the guidelines that if you follow these guidelines, your product will be a definitely a good one. They are not
mm,
going through the product. They are
mm,
going through my methods from which I am making the product. And if my method follow their guidelines, then
mm,
only they will give me my ISO certified badge. Otherwise, they will not. Whether
mm,
whether I have picked it from somewhere else, they are not bothered. They just bothered about the things that how I can make the product. They are going for the making process, not for the product. They say that if you are follow the guidelines of our, then definitely your product will be a good one.
mm,
Otherwise, it will not. They are not bothered about the product. The oops is like the same. If I say oops is like a same, it says if you follow the concept of oops, like data hiding, encapsulation, inheritance, interface, if you follow
yeah.
all these guidelines, these are the
Mm-hmm,
guidelines. This is a basically oops is a concept.
mm,
It's a concept. If you follow this concept, your project will be a definitely a good one.
yeah. Mm,
Okay.
mm-hmm,
We are not saying that object-oriented programming structure. What is the concept that is there? If you follow the concept of OOPS, your project will definitely a good one.
okay.
You
Yeah.
can make the project by don't following the OOPS as well. You
Mm,
can make the project as well. But what is OOPS? They say if you follow the concept of OOPS, your project will be a definitely a good one.
yeah.
You are not going to following them. Suppose if I'm may suppose if I talk about Facebook,
Mm,
Facebook has around 1,000 pages, profile page, home page, friends page. Now, in object-oriented programming, I've just in one page I'll say string name and int page views. I will give you example of this as well. String page, string name and page views. I will use that particular name and page views for from that class, and I will give 1,000 pages a name. I'm not going to make 1,000 pages, but in one page, I will in one class, I will make 1,000 pages. This is known as reusability.
mm, yeah.
Okay,
Mm,
so basically, a oops is a concept. If you follow that concept, then your project is definitely a good one.
mm,
Okay, now
mm,
coming back to our next question that should I learn
uh,
Selenium with Java or Python? Okay, you are going for Java. That's a good thing.
yes. Yeah.
Why that's a good thing? If I ask you why that's a good thing, how will you answer me?
Java, as you said, like again, we are using that oops, and like Java is like a free, I mean, open. Uh, so I think more flexibly with that Java.
Hmm,
Uh,
I can. taught you Python as well, but why are you going for Java? Python
Uh,
is there. Python is, if you go for the AI, all things are in the Python only.
yeah, but like because I worked with Java before. I mean, as I said, like I work a small time, so I worked in
Mm.
Java. So I thought of, since I worked there for a little time, so I thought
It
of,
is
okay,
not about you. I'm asking just a general question why people
yeah,
choose Java.
I think it's open source. That's why.
Python
Uh,
is also open source. I can do it in the Python as well. Python, just I have to install Python. It's open source as well.
mhm. I don't know, but I feel like.
Actually, basically, if
Mhm,
your bigger projects, because Java
mhm,
is very, very old. So your
okay.
old projects, your bigger projects are in Java only. And
Mhm,
the company, they don't want to switch to Java. Now, right now, Python is in very much demand. That's okay, but you can't compete with Java because Java is very old language and
mhm,
you have more, you can say, support for Java than Python in today's
mhm,
world. Okay,
mhm,
and
yeah,
the bigger projects are in Java only because the older projects are in Java. So bigger companies will work in Java only. That's why most of people go with Selenium with Java. And if you learn Java, you can learn anything. Just the
mhm,
basic difference of syntax.
yeah,
That's it.
mhm,
Okay.
yeah,
Now, how do I learn Selenium? What are the components to be learned? So you know what component at test ng, Maven. Okay,
mm,
Selenium is a you can say it's a tool. It's a very old tool. I think so. It has
mm,
come in the market around 2004 or 2003 in the
okay,
market. Okay, then
uh-huh,
they have versions like 2.3, then 3 now. It's the latest is 4. Okay,
mm,
so they have changed them. And Selenium, why Selenium? Because again, the same thing. Selenium is very old tool, open
yeah,
source tool, and you have
more
many
support, yeah,
yeah, more support for Selenium. Even you go for Google, they have the support in the Google. Some guys have their websites with the you can say help. Okay, so Selenium is better tool than anyone else, in my opinion. Okay, so many people say that no, this is a old tool, but the guys are every day they are making changes, they are making the updations in the Selenium as well.
yeah,
Okay,
mhm,
so do you teach any real-time projects? Yes, we will teach you a real-time project. Basically, a framework or project is the same thing. We will
mhm,
do some framework when we are in comfortable with the Java. And in my opinion, if you are comfortable with Java, then only you will proceed. Because suppose if you don't cover the concept of some basic programming, and I will jump onto the Selenium directly. That how this is how to open a browser. This is how to read a particular text box. Okay, so then I used in the framework some reusability thing like then you will get confused. What is how are you using this? So basically in the starting, I will go for the Java basics. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So, so if you have done Selenium, so you know about the IDE.
yeah. So, but I think ID with that old one, right? Um,
Which one you have used?
yeah, so like WebDriver.
IDE is if I say it's IDE full form, it's the Integrated Development Environment. It's a software application that provides a comprehensive environment for programmers to write, test, and debug. Now, if you want to write your code, you have to need some platform in which you can write your code, in which you can debug your code. So, IDE is
Oh
basically
yeah.
that thing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Sure.
in our case, we will use Eclipse. This is
Yep.
how
Yep.
your Eclipse looks like. And I think so you know how to install Eclipse into your system. I'm
Yeah.
not moving to that part.
Hmm. So the actually I have already installed the Eclipse, but that
Mm-hmm.
is I think that is an old one.
Okay.
I, I don't have that very latest one, like a 2018 one.
Just
Uh,
go to Eclipse download. This is their first website, eclipse.org. It's a open source. Okay, you just need to see. You can go for the download or just go for download packages. Okay, if you
yeah.
go for
Yeah.
download
So
packages,
yeah.
and in my opinion, go for this one. Okay, just
Yes.
go for it according to your system.
Mm-hmm. So the question is that so
Mm-hmm.
it's like I got Eclipse as I said like 2006, 18, 19,
Mm-hmm.
18 version,
Mm-hmm.
and I did some some projects. It's not a project, some work on that. So if I install
It,
the new one,
yeah, it will work. No, nothing to worry. The new versions will also work.
no, what I'm saying that
Mm,
I that Eclipse got some projects. So if I reinstall, I mean if I upgrade that one, or like what happened to the already existing or projects or works that I done on 2018 one.
just make a, can say, backup for that folder in
Mm-hmm.
some. Just make your backup if you need the if you need
The
the projects.
workspace.
Yeah, if you
Mm.
need the workspace, then make a backup of that workspace. Otherwise, go for the new one if you don't need the backup, or you don't need the old. Just go for the new one, because it's like simple thing that the new thing has more functionality than the old one. The simple point is that only. Otherwise, you can work with the old one as well.
Yeah,
Because
but
I think so.
mhm.
Yeah,
So maybe I can save that the workspace into a different folder. Then can I
yeah,
then then
you
from
can
there?
do. Yeah, you can do it. Now, if you see, my is version 2025 March. Till March, I have, I think so, do it. After that, I haven't updated. I haven't go for the new one, but still, it is working fine for me. So I think so. It will working fine for you as well. But I will insist that go for the new. You know all the things, like you have to install JDK version, latest version. Go for the JDK 8, because that is the best thing. But you can say JDK stable version list. Okay, so you have stable version of 24, 21, because you have the support for that. These are the stable versions. They are very popular with widespread adoption. Okay, so these are most used, very popular. Okay, so in my opinion, go with JTK 8. Otherwise, JDK 21, 24, they are all stable versions. Just go for the JDK's list. No, these are the stable versions above. Okay, and these are the versions whose supports are going to end. But here, their supports are till 2030, 31. These all versions have 30, 31 support till 2030, 31. Okay, so mm, Java family, no, you say is 8, 11, 17, 20, and 24. Security baseline, up to date. Okay, these are the things we don't need to know anything about that. But yeah, in my opinion, these are the stable versions. If you see over here, these are the stable versions. Go for these versions only, not for these versions. Okay. Mm, so, uh, if you want to, you just back up your space, and I think so. You know how to back up your old projects.
So what I did, like
Mm,
I just saved that workspace, the whole
mm-hmm,
workspace into a
mm-hmm,
different folder.
mm-hmm,
So we have the workspace for this
mm-hmm,
the Eclipse, so where all our
mm-hmm,
projects are saved. So I just
mm-hmm,
completely copy that one and I
mm.
save it to another folder. That's what I
Okay.
just.
Yeah, if you have, just open your and check for updates. I think so.
Hmm.
It will be update.
To the
It will
latest
update.
one.
Yeah, maybe. But I haven't
Okay.
used this. I haven't used this thing. I'm saying you very honestly that I haven't used this thing. I just go for the new version and
Mm.
install it. Just install it. Go for the new version. Just install it. In I have three PCs, so I just do that way only. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So it's completely up to you. Okay. Now let's move to some things that now you know about the Eclipse, and you know that how to go for the new project. Now, if you want to, you have make your own projects. So this guide me to Make a new project in Java.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take file.
Mm-hmm.
One second. File new.
Mm-hmm.
Project.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's all based on like it could be that Maven one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm talking about that because we are going for the Java basics, so I'm not jumping
Okay.
to the Maven.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
let's go for Java project. Java project.
Okay, yeah, you think it's a correct thing. I'm not say that you're saying it wrong, but Java is like I have worked in the Java from the past 15 years. So
Okay.
the the thing is that go for the file,
Mm-hmm.
new,
Mm-hmm.
go for the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then here you have your Java, then it says Java project because this is a
Mm-hmm.
thing that it will include all the basic files.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just and
So
if
if
I,
I take
mm,
the way that I said, it's the same or like a completely different thing?
sometime what happens, it's sometime what happens, some
Mm-hmm.
that jar is not included, so you will get error at some time because we are doing small projects. That is not a problem. I can do it that way as well. But sometimes what happens, we are going for the bigger projects, the error
Mm-hmm.
will come after the completion of 60% of because some types of jar file is not included because Java is a very you can say no, very old language and it has many old jars. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it gets downloaded, sometimes it gets not. So this is the safest way of doing
Mm-hmm.
that thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so because if you
Okay.
see it's a bigger window, you have more the things here. So suppose if I go with say I would name your project say first Java project and I will say Australia because I want to remember that from which I'm making the project. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, don't select this one. Create model
Okay.
info. No, uncheck this one. If it is checked, unchecked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, click on next. Okay, you can see the how your folders are making. Okay, finish it. Okay, open perspective. Okay, so this is your project.
Mm-hmm.
First Java Australia project Australia. Okay, now if you want to add class,
Mm-hmm.
you know that you can just right click on this and new and
Class.
click on class. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
say I will say first class. Okay, and click on this. Right now we
Mm-hmm.
are clicking on this because we are going for the Java basics. So we are clicking on this, finish it. Now, suppose if you see that it is very big, the thing you are seeing, it is big in nature. Suppose if you want that it should be in small size. So
Mm-hmm.
you can go to Window, Preferences, General,
Mm-hmm.
Appearance, Colors and Font. Okay, and here in the basic,
Mm-hmm.
go for the text font, edit. Okay, here you can choose which language
Mm-hmm.
you want to use, or which you can say the style, and here your size of the your text. Suppose if I OK it, apply and close. Now you see it has become on the small side. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I do it for the students because students find it to be more easy to read. So I will go for the 14 size. Now you
Mm-hmm.
see it has increased the size. Okay, now
Yeah.
this is the thing you have already seen this.
Yeah.
Okay, now if I say to you that what is the scope of this class, so how will you explain it to me that scope of the class?
So like so we have that main. So that means
Mm-hmm.
it's the starting like it's running. I mean starting executing that program. If there's a main method, that means
I'm repeating my question again. So if I mean the scope of the class, so what is the scope of this class?
scope.
Mm-hmm.
Um
First of all, you have to understand what I'm asking.
yeah.
If I say scope, if I say area, or you
Mm-hmm.
can say when you have watched the films in which say this is my area, this is my area. Two persons are fighting with each other that you are entering my area. So if I say what is the area of this class or scope of this class?
Like we can uh, uh,
Now suppose if I just make one more method public static
yeah, it's not
void
in that one, right? Yeah.
sum all. Okay, now
Hmm.
now if I say that this area, this function comes
Hmm.
under the scope of this class or not?
Note.
This is coming
Oh,
under
you're
the.
saying that about the first that class, or the first
I'm
the class.
I'm here. I'm talking about the class. I'm not talking about the function.
Oh yeah,
What
yeah,
is the
sure.
scope of class? The scope
Yeah,
of this class is inside these curly brackets.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, when
So
I say
sorry. Yeah,
class, yeah,
yeah.
I know that everybody is talking about the main method because, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I have seen the main method. Okay, this no. When the
Mhm.
scope of the class, this is a class.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the scope of this class is inside this curly bracket. Whatever comes
Um,
inside this brackets, it's under this class.
yeah, yeah.
This is
Sure,
the
sure,
scope
sure.
of this class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now say this is a simple. Now if I say SYSO and the control space bar, it will print the statement say learning Java. Okay, now if I run this, oh, okay, now it should print learning Java. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I should here and say in small. Okay, now if I run this, why it is not printing this?
Yeah, we need to call that method with objects. So yeah, because
Uh, But why are this is printing?
yeah, because that is the one, like as I said, like with the main method, like a program execute with that main method. Because
Mm-hmm.
always the program look for that main method to execute. So yeah, the first thing that execute when a pro is that the main method. So
Okay,
that's why.
okay. So that means that function cannot call itself. One
Mm.
point, it's a function, and I say that function cannot call itself. It has to be called. So how can I call it?
So like we should create a object. Uh, yeah, because that object should be in that main method.
Okay, so
Uh,
how should I create the object?
like uh, the class name. So
The class
uh,
name is the first class. Okay.
like then the object name like
Uh,
object.
like suppose you want see first class is equal to FC equal to
The
new.
new
Okay,
first
first
class.
class.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if I ask you what is
Hmm.
object in this,
FC.
I know
It's,
this
I mean,
answer is wrong.
like.
Whenever I say object, the object
Mhm.
means this one.
Okay.
We- Nobody knew. I know that now because in at my starting of my career for the first 3 years, even I doesn't know about this.
Mm.
Now, if I told you, now when I say new,
Mm.
it will make the object of that particular class in the memory space. Now, this is my object. Where it is lying, I don't know. So,
Okay.
what will I do? I will make a reference. This is a reference to the object. If I say here, this is my new class
Mm.
name and FC
Mm.
is my reference. Now, suppose you are going to Kerala and Kerala is 10 kilometers away and you see a milestone that tell Kerala 10 kilometers. So that milestone is not a Kerala. That milestone is a reference that Kerala is 10 kilometers away from there.
Mm.
The same way we have the object. When I say this is the most asked interview question, how do you make an object of the class? Then you have to answer by using the new keyword with the class name. This is how we make the class object of the class. Then the person knew that you have the concept clear about the object. Now he or she will say, how will I know that this the object is this? So you have to say, sir, you can go to the reference of the class. You can name it as any, and from that reference, you can say access all the functions of the class.
Mm.
Now, if I say FC, suppose here, uh, if I make one more function, say public void
Mm.
negative
Mm.
things and simple and nothing over that. I can access all the functions. Say sir fc dot negative things. Okay, you can
Mm.
access this from this. Now I can make as many objects as I want by using the new keyword, and I can make the reference of that object with the class name and the reference that I want to choose. Now the same thing is done over here.
Mm.
Okay, so never confuse that FC is object. No, this is a reference to the object.
Okay.
This is
Mm.
not at all object. And nobody knows, even after 10 years of knowledge, even the big managers don't know that
Mm.
this is a reference to the object. And the
Okay.
new keyword is a object. And FC is pointing towards that object.
Mm.
Okay, now one thing more. I tell all my students, now say when you do these things, always make an Excel in which it says day,
Mm.
topic covered,
Mm.
and points to remember. Okay, now why I'm doing this, I will tell you. Suppose you have done with one,
Mm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, say 9, then 10, then 11. Now suppose you have done inheritance on
Mm.
6th day inheritance.
Mhm.
Okay, so after, and you have some points to remember in this. Now, after
Mm.
1 month or 2 months,
Mm.
you get stuck that what is that topic that I have covered in inheritance? You have some conceptual failure in your minds. So, what will you do? Now, if you enroll to us, if you
Mhm.
say, suppose you enroll to us,
Mhm.
so here you have the course. Now, I will say
Yeah,
this
okay.
is a batch recording.
Okay.
Whatever we are doing here will
Mm.
be
There
there.
and there. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Mm.
now we don't have the things that we have written. Now you see, you have to check each and every recording to see that what's the concept I have done there,
Mhm.
what type of concept I have. Now if you have this Excel, now I have done
Mhm.
in the 6th day, you go there
Mhm.
directly, open it
Okay.
and watch the
Play.
6th day recording.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and the
Mhm.
thing which is these points to remember.
Mhm.
Suppose you are going for the interview and you
Mhm.
have inheritance or any other thing. Suppose you have some points to remember in this. You say, okay, I have this is a topic and points to remember about this class. Suppose I have covered object
Mhm.
and object reference. Okay,
Mhm.
now
Mhm.
this is now what you will do. Okay, points to remember. Okay, if I say a new
Mhm. Mm.
keyword
Yeah, that is
will
objects. Mm.
make object.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
and that is you can go with the example as well. Okay, you can say, okay, this is the example. Yeah, Okay, now you can go for the example like say uh, first class
Mm,
fs equal to new, the same thing. Okay,
mm,
and you can just write down your points that
mhm,
okay, the fs is not an object.
mm.
Okay, we
Okay.
can. Okay, so you can just make your points for you
Mm,
only, not for me, for you
okay.
only. Okay, just you highlight, see that new keywords. Okay, this is new keyword will make an object. Okay, first fs. So fs is not an object; it's a reference to the
Mm,
object. You can do the things like whatever the it's so it will easy for you to remember
mm,
that
mm,
whatever topics I have done. So
mm,
suppose you are going for the interview, you just
mm,
go for these points to remember. Okay, this is this, this is this. Okay, just give an overview and just go
mm.
for the interview. And
Okay.
believe me, if you follow this, 99.9% you will pass the interview.
Mm, mm.
And
Okay.
whatever the questions I am going to ask you or I'm going to tell you, just
Mm-hmm.
make the concept on your mind that this is the knowledge and this is the examples of it. I have gave
Mm,
you knowledge about ISO.
mm,
Okay, so it's a how to understand the concept of
mm.
oops.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
someone asks you why we use oops, so you can give the example like why
Yeah.
we use it. So you can correlate these things. If you
Yeah.
have this, you can do anything.
Mm,
Okay.
mm, mm,
Now coming back to our project. Now say fc dot negative thing, something like that. Now
mm,
I have say I'm not going to ask you questions from the first day. Now I'm just going through. Now you said that I can access functions from the object. I have made a reference to the object and I'm accessing this function.
mm,
Okay. Now, if I say fc dot summer, okay,
mm,
now it is giving me warning.
mm. Static. Change access to static use.
Why it is giving me warning?
Um. So. Um. Static means this is already something that we manually put.
Okay, so right now I'm not going into a discussion of this. Yeah,
Okay.
you okay? So you need to know about the basics. Okay, so for that, first of all, we understand that what is global and what is local variable. If I say
Yeah.
global
Mm,
and what if I say local,
mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
what
The
is
global.
global?
The yeah.
Hmm.
The global, like the whole. We can access that particular variable, like the whole class. Um.
Yeah, where should I
Like.
declare the global variable?
So in the like um it should be like the public class, first class, just below
Yes,
that.
sir. Okay, yeah, say I say int age equal to 0. Okay, now I can access this age in say int sum
Mm,
1 and say 9
mm,
plus suppose age is equal to 10
mm,
and I say age. Okay,
mm,
now it will make give me suppose SYSO
mm,
and say it will give me uh, sum 1. Okay,
mm,
now this is global variable. I can use in as many functions as I want in whole class.
mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
now suppose if I
Mm,
access this here, say
mm.
int sum 2
Yeah, that's
equal
local. Yeah.
to 8 plus say age. Now it is giving me problem.
Mm. Yeah, that's like a static.
Hmm.
It's because of that. Because maybe um, it's
Now,
not like.
yeah, first of all, you have to know the difference between static and non-static. Now you clearly see
Yeah.
the function which is static has the keyword static.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a function
Yeah.
static. It is a static function because it is containing the keyword static.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
and this is a non-static function
Mm-hmm.
because it is does not contain any static keyword.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so there is a rule regarding this.
Mm.
Okay, now static function can access only static function and variables. Now suppose
Okay.
I say static int age1 equal
Mm-hmm.
to 10. Okay,
Oh.
now if I go
Mm.
with here,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
okay, you can access it. Now it's a rule. So I'm writing this rule that static function can
Mm.
access only static variables
Mm-hmm.
and functions.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now this is a static function. Okay, now static
Mm.
function can access static variable. It has now this is again a main function is static.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I'm not going to
Okay.
make an object. I can use it directly.
Oh, yeah.
It will
Yeah.
not give me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Why I'm
Okay.
not going to use it with the object reference, I will tell you. You will get a clearance about this, that why it is not in a small time. But right now we are going for the rules that what are the rules basic with the static and non-static things. Now, if you see, this is a non-static thing, non-static
Yeah.
function because no static keyword is there.
Mm.
Now, it has accessed the age. Now let's
Yeah.
check whether it can go for the your non-static variable or not. Now, if I say
Each one. Yeah.
compose sum2 and
Mm.
say 1, now
Mm.
it can access. It is not going to give me any warning.
Mm-hmm.
No
Mm-hmm.
warning is
Yeah.
there. So
Okay.
that
Yeah.
means non-static function
Mm.
can access static
Yeah.
variables.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and I will
Mm.
check for static function as well. Can I call
Mm.
the static function this? I say sum
Mm.
all. Okay, no error.
Mm.
I can
Mm.
I can call this as well. Now, non-static function can access static variables and functions as well. Okay, so first of all, we have to clear the thing that there are two types of functions, static and non-static.
Mm.
Static function can access only static variables and only static functions. They cannot
Okay.
access they cannot access non-static stuff. Static
Okay.
function cannot access non-static stuff. But
Mm.
non-static function,
Mm.
non-static
Can access
function,
the
yes,
static
can access
variable. Mm.
variables and function as well. And
Mm.
non-static variables,
Mm.
variables and functions, they can access all.
Oh.
They can access all. There is no rule associated with non-static stuff. If
Mm.
I want to access non-static function, I can. If I want to
Mm.
access static variable, I can I can access static function as well in my non-static function.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the main point. Whenever I will make the object,
Mm.
whenever I will make the object, remark my point.
Mm.
All non-static stuff
Mm.
will reside over there.
Mm.
All non-static stuff. Now, when I make the object of this FC, what is the
Mm.
non-static stuff? Negative things.
Mm.
Okay. If I
Okay.
just say, okay, now what is the non-static variable? Int
The
age.
age. Yeah.
Okay, I will say age. Okay, age. Now, these two things are non-static. If I want to access this through my reference, I can say fc dot age, that is non-static but static, but I want as okay, I want to use it like say int sum3 equal to fc dot age. Now it is not going to give me any error, and I can access non-static function as well because all the non-static things are there. Non-static function is negative things. I say fc dot negative things. But if I want to access fc dot sum all, it will give me warning. See what is the
This is
warning?
a static. Yeah.
Static type should be accessed in a static way only. So I have proved my point that only the non-static stuff will reside over there, whether it is function, whether it is variable. Only the non-static stuff will reside over there. Because this non-static stuff, this non-static function can access all the static function. I have
Yeah.
told you that it can access all the static things. That's why when I make the object of the class, this negative thing can access static function.
Yeah.
That's why all the non-static stuff will be reside in the object. This is the reason that only non-static stuff will reside in the, because I know that my non-static stuff can access the static stuff.
Mm. Yes. Non-static. Yeah.
My non-static things can access the static function. So
Mm.
why should I worry?
Yes. It's always better to have that like a non-static variable. I mean, the non-static function rather than the static functions every
Yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
You will get to know why some function are static, why some function are
Mm.
non-static. You will get to know when you go deeper into this. But right now, just remember how
Mm.
to make an object. If somebody asks you in the interview how to make an object, your answer should be like new class name. Okay,
Mm.
then after this answer, he or she will know that you have the concept clearance about the object. Okay, so
Mm.
why new? Sir, because new will create the object, and after I create the object, it will take some memory space in my memory, and all the non-static stuff will reside over there. Okay,
Mm.
so how should I, then he or she can answer question you that how can I access this non-static stuff? So so you say, sir, we have to make a reference to the object, and reference name is any, and by making the reference, that reference can access all the non-static stuff in this.
Mm.
That is of, let's say why non-static. You say, so it's a property of the object that when we make the object, that all the non-static stuff will reside over there.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so this is the
Yeah.
thing. I have give you an example.
Mm.
Okay, you can give
Okay.
anybody an example that how to access this. And so what is the use of this object? Sir, my object, all the non-static stuff is there, and my non-static stuff can access the static stuff as well. So I don't need to have to worry that I cannot access static function because my non-static function can access the static function and
Mm.
variables. That's why it has been called as a non-static stuff.
Mm.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is the, I think so you have been clear about the one thing that this is not an object. Mostly people say this thing that this is object.
Mm.
No, this is an object reference.
Reference. Okay.
Okay, then we have studied about the static and non-static things. That
Yeah.
we have two types of function and variables. One is static and one
Static.
is non-static. If you don't give the static keyword, then that function or variable is a
Consider.
non-static.
Yeah.
Okay, because I have not given anything over here. How to know that that function or variable is non-static? If there is no static keyword, then that function or variable is non-static.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, these are very small things, but yeah, these are very good regarding interview. If you have the basic knowledge, now if you suppose you are changing your career or you are shifting your career to, now they know that you have done manual testing or something like that. So they will ask you about the oops concept because everybody wants the cream. The simple thing is that everybody wants the cream. So they want the person who has all the knowledge. And if you have the knowledge about the oops or your object or your static, non-static thing, then it will be easy for you. Okay, now next question. When I say int a equal to 200, what does this mean?
A variable in the variable a, which is a
Mm-hmm,
data type of integer, we
mm-hmm.
assign the value 200, I mean, to that a variable a.
Okay, suppose if I want you to show me in the paint or explain me in the paint, so how can you explain me?
Uh, so yeah, like when we initialize a variable, it has that memory,
Mm-hmm.
so where we can, yeah, store that the the integer that assigned to it. Uh,
Now, suppose a is stored or 200 is stored.
200 stored in a. I mean, yeah.
200 is stored in a. So what is an a?
So it's just a variable of that integer data type, the data type
Mm-hmm,
integer.
mm-hmm,
So like if we access a from any
mm-hmm.
other place, it's say it like a it's like a 200, like if like a place, for example, if we are accessing uh, in the other functions or somewhere, so it's take that value 200.
Now
uh,
the thing is that now suppose when I say int a equal to 200, so there is a memory space allocated
mm,
to 200.
mm,
Okay, now there is a
allocated.
memory space where 200 is stored,
Mm,
where 200 stored and a is representing that memory location.
mm, okay.
It is the same as object and object reference. You will
Mm,
get to know better when I give you an example. But somebody asks you what this int a equal 200 means. It's
mhm.
you have to say that the 200, you say that 200, there's a memory space allocated to 200. This is a memory space and a is representing that memory location.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
Now, suppose int a equal to this, int b equal to say 400
mm,
and int c equal to 600.
mm,
This is the last concept I'm going to teach you for the today's class. Okay, so just listen to it very carefully because I'm going to questioning you.
mm,
So say
mm,
uh, a
mm,
plus a, sorry, yeah, auto plus value of a,
mm,
say then value of b
mm,
equal to your b, and then in the end your value of c equal to plus c. Okay, now if I run this, simple run this, I'm just
mm,
ignoring all this.
mm,
I simply run this. No, it says A equal to 200, B 400,
mm,
C 600.
mhm,
Okay,
mm,
now I will say A equal to B,
mm,
B equal to C,
mm,
then say C equal to A.
mm.
Okay, now what will be the values of
The
A and
same.
B and C?
Yeah, so yeah, it could
Mm-hmm.
be that for 400.
Okay, A is equal to 400.
400, yeah.
Okay,
Then yeah, and mm,
what will the value of B? And
yeah,
what will be the value of C?
the B becomes that 600 and C become 200.
Okay, B becomes 600
Yeah,
and C becomes 200.
the,
Okay, so let's
mm,
run this and see what are the values.
it may be wow, 400, 600. Why does C become 400?
Okay, that's why I will told you this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens? Int A equal to 200.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, this is A.
Mm-hmm.
I will just A. It
Mm,
is representing this thing.
mm,
Now there is one more memory location 400 and one more
yeah.
600.
Mm,
Say this is 400
mm,
and this is 600.
yeah.
Okay, and say B is representing this and C is representing
Mm,
this. Okay, yeah. B is representing this and C is representing this. Now,
mm,
what happened? When I say A equal to B,
mm,
A will stop referencing towards 200
mm.
and it will start referencing where B is
B.
referencing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm,
this is our first step. Now
yeah.
say B equal to C. B will stop referencing towards where it is referencing and it will start referencing where C is referencing.
Oh, yeah. There is already 200 in there. Okay, okay, got it. Yeah. Mm,
Okay, now in the end step, C equal to A.
mm,
Now C will stop referencing where it is referencing. Now it will start referencing where A is referencing.
mm.
So A is referencing towards 400.
Yes.
That's why it start referencing towards 400.
Okay.
Okay, and we have the answer as C is 400. Okay, this is how the concept has
Mm,
to be cleared. Why I'm just saying int A equal to A is equal to 1, you will clear by this example that A
mm.
equal to B, B equal to C equal to A. This is how you get more clearance.
Okay. Mm, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is how you can explain it to anybody that why they say why it says A your A is representing 200 B is representing. So when you give this example, you can show this that how is this going this thing is going to done.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
mm,
So this is how when I say int a equal to 200 that a is pointing towards 200. When I say
mm,
a equal to b, a will stop referencing towards 200 and
mm,
it will start referencing where b is referencing. B is referencing 400. That's why a is referencing for 400.
mm. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay. Now
Mm,
one thing more.
mm.
You have the time now.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. We can have
Okay.
more.
I want to cover one more thing.
Yeah.
Say
Mm,
we have int a equal to b equal to c. I will go with the. Okay, I just comment this one.
mm,
First of all, I will copy this. Okay, and I will take two more variables
mm,
and say string
mm,
x equal to selenium
mm,
and say string y
mm,
equal to
mm,
training.
mm,
Okay, now
mm,
I will see- and say a plus b. So okay, now if I say x plus y Okay. Now in the next, say plus x plus y, and in the end it is starting with x plus y. Okay. Now tell me the results of these four. You have these variables. Now tell me the result of these four sentences.
Yeah, the first is 600. It will 600, right?
Okay, 600. Now second,
Um, it um, I hope that it's give that selenium training.
okay, Selenium Training.
Um,
Third one,
um, third
let's
one.
let's run first these two first.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so okay, you are on the right path. Okay, now,
hmm So,
mhm,
it should be like uh, 600 selenium training. I mean, because A plus B gives that the no, I think I'm a bit confused.
try
Maybe
it, try
400,
it, try
600
it.
selenium training.
Mm, uh,
I don't know. I
so
mean, 400
just try
plus.
it.
Mm,
A is 200, B is
yeah, 600. I mean,
400.
400. And
Mm,
I don't know when these integer and strings comes together, it may add that integer part, and the rest will show as it is. So
try
uh,
it.
maybe 400, 600 selenium training. I
Just try it. Say something. The answer will be. We are not getting
Okay.
for the ready for the 1 crore question. Just try it. I will explain it to you that what happening.
Yeah, so I
Mhm.
think like 400, 600 selenium training.
400, 600 selenium training.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the last one?
Um, so I mean, sorry, this is A is 200, right?
Hmm.
Sorry, 200, sorry, 200, 400 selenium training. Sorry,
Okay.
200, 400. Sorry, the way I was looking was wrong.
Okay. No way.
Selenium training,
Mm-hmm.
200, 400. You know.
Selenium training.
Yeah, 200, 400. I mean, A is like 200, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 200, 400.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let's run this and see what happens.
Ah.
Now let's check out that what is happening.
Mm,
Now it's a simple thing. A plus B is 600, X plus Y. Now
mm,
when you talk about this,
mm,
mm, or say this one, or
mm,
just a bracket this.
mm.
Okay. Now, sorry. Mm, Now, what
Mm,
happens? First of all, you have to remember my code always runs from left to right.
mm,
It is
mm,
not right to left. It is always left to right.
mm,
Now,
mm,
when these are the common, you can say simple expressions we have got.
mm,
Okay, now A plus B. A is 200, B is 400.
mm.
Now, say 200 plus 400. Both are
Mm.
integers.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
Mm.
will the result equal to 600?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Mm,
now they have the result 600.
mm,
Now, what have result of 600? A plus B. Now, 600 wants to add with X. X is what? Selenium.
mm.
Selenium is what? It's in double quotes.
Yeah,
So,
it's string.
integer string. Now,
Mm,
whenever integer
mm,
wants to add with string,
Hmm.
The result is always in string.
Hmm.
Or string wants to end with integer, then the result is always in string. You cannot
Hmm.
add the integer and you
Yeah.
cannot convert string to integer. But it integer will automatically convert to string. In Java,
Hmm.
integer will automatically convert to string. By
Hmm.
string, I mean that it has double
Oh,
quotes. 600 selenium. Now both are strings, so it will act as 600 selenium.
hmm.
Okay, now result of these three are 600 selenium. Now
Hmm.
plus y. Y is again a training.
Hmm.
Y is again a string, and this is
Yeah.
already a string,
Hmm.
so it just simply adds.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
is the first thing,
Hmm.
that 600 selenium training. Now,
Okay.
when I comes to this part,
I
x
guess.
plus
Okay.
v plus a plus b.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, x plus y. What is x plus y? Selenium training.
Train.
Both are
Hmm.
string. Both
Hmm.
are string.
Hmm.
So, what will I get? A new string.
Yes.
Say
Yeah.
selenium training.
Train. Hmm.
Now it wants to add, as it is in the double quotes,
Hmm.
because it's a string. Now it will want to add with a.
Hmm.
What is a? A
This is
is 200.
10 days. Yeah.
Now this is string, this is integer. So it will automatically act as integer string. It will automatically act as string because the thing is string. So it will automatically act as string. So it will just add it like
Training 200, right?
selenium space training 200. Now it want to add with b. What is b?
It's an
B is
integer.
400.
Hmm.
Again
That is.
string with integer. Again it will act as
Yeah.
a string.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so the answer is, you can see, selenium
Hmm.
training
Train 200.
200, 400. And you will see the answer here.
Hmm.
Selenium
Yeah.
training 200, 400. So this is how, because my code will always run from left to right.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Okay. I got it. Yeah.
if I do by this and give this, now what will be the answer?
Yeah. Um. It should be just like the like Selenium training.
Hmm.
Then 600. I hope.
Yes,
Hmm.
because now
Yeah.
there are
Else.
brackets.
Yes. Yes.
It will
Yes.
solve the brackets first.
Hmm.
Then it will concatenate with each other.
Hmm.
This plus sign is known as concatenation operator.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
can ask you in the interview that what do you know about concatenation operator? So you have to see that plus sign is a concatenation operator. So it will add the things. So
Yeah.
they will just give you this example. They can ask you these types of question.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
you should very careful when you're working with strings and integers. Most of the time we are working with the strings in Java. Most of
Hmm.
the time.
Hmm.
The thing which we are getting, we are getting integers in the string as well.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you should know about how to work with this. Okay,
Hmm.
now today we have discussed about the functions,
Mm-hmm.
static and non-static stuff,
Yep.
object and object reference, and we
Hmm.
have seen the concatenation operator, and we have done some functions, and we have
Okay.
also see how this is going to change. The reference is going to change. How, when, what is the meaning of int a equal to
Oh
200, and
yes.
how is, and how is their referencing is change.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, this is how.
Hmm.
Sometimes it is like c equal to a, c equal to d, d equal to e, e equal to a. So
Yes.
then you have to draw this
Yeah.
that we have drawn earlier and start using your brain that okay, this step in this, okay, this step is this, stop referencing here and start referencing there.
Mm.
Okay, so you have
Okay.
to be very street smart when these things are there.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
it is there in the interview, I think so, because I have taken most of the interviews and I have given interviews as well. Now,
mm,
if you want to prepare for the interview, my
mm,
theory is that go for the city where
mm,
you don't want to join.
mm,
Go to the city if you
mm.
want to prepare for the interview. Go to the city where you don't want to join.
Yeah,
Because
so
if
we
I'm in, if I want in Chandigarh or Delhi, I will go for the interviews in say your Pune or in
mm,
Mumbai, so that if I get rejected there, but I can collect
and
all the
experience.
collect all the questions and collect all the
Yeah,
experience.
that's true. Yes, yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, Pinky. Then that's it all for the today.
Yeah, yeah.
Hope so that we will meet tomorrow as well.
Mm.
It's a tomorrow is a Saturday.
Yeah,
So,
tomorrow,
mm,
tomorrow like weekend's bit busy for me, like with the
mm,
family.
mm, yeah,
So
we will
yeah,
meet on Monday.
yeah. That's
Uh,
so
okay. Mhm.
that is like a this is a trial class or like what do you mean? I mean, what is that
Uh,
class on?
yeah, if you want, I don't know what have Ashish told you because I am just a trainer.
Yeah,
If
so
you
he
want to
said like
come,
a yeah, there are three trial classes, then we can
hmm
have that regular classes. That's what
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, but it's a, what I'm going to do teach you after try classes. The thing which I told you, it is also
Mm-hmm.
a thing that I'm will taught every student in my class.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope so that you will join, and
Mm,
I
yeah, yeah,
have
sure. Just yeah, maybe like a one more class on Monday, then we can start normal, like a regular. So actually, am I just thinking about my Eclipse because I have an Eclipse 2018 version. I mean, so I got
just
some.
go for
Mm,
the just uninstall that one. Go for the new one. Just make the backup of your working space
mm,
and go for the latest. Just go for the I think so. This will I will go for this version. If you're 64-bit, go with this. If you're 32-bit, go with this. But I think so most of the system are
64.
64-bit
Yeah.
today. So go for this, and it will more than enough because I have already installed this one.
Mm,
Okay, so
okay.
it will
Yeah.
work for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just remember to make the Excel because if you
Mm,
have, I will ask you that you have make Excel or not.
mm,
I'm very strict about these things.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so and
Yeah.
I will teach you as a student and
Mm,
as a fresher plus
mm,
because you have
yeah.
some knowledge. Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
so
even I say knowledge, I completely forget because like
mhm.
I haven't done anything
But
like
that
past four
you have
years.
to, yeah, but you have to can
Mm,
say you have not clear about the object and object reference. 99% of my students have not any clearance about this.
mm,
Even after 15 years of experience, my colleague doesn't have a knowledge about this.
mm,
But it's a very good thing that you have the knowledge now. Even if you not you can say going with me or going with someone else, but yeah, so you have the knowledge and you will
mm,
remember me that yeah, I have a knowledge with that person.
mm.
Somebody has given me the knowledge about this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Hope so. I will send you the link of this class. I will
Mm,
upload it on the YouTube and I will message you the link.
okay. Yeah. That's
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because if you see that most if I have login. Okay.
Yeah.
Say yeah, my course is here
Mm,
now. Because most of the first or two classes are in the YouTube.
okay.
Okay, and
Mm,
but after that, then we have it's in own server. You will not find it
okay.
anywhere.
Mm.
Okay, that's why. And please maintain Excel. And I'm again repeating.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
If you are
I know.
going through with me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I always
Definitely.
okay,
Mm,
I will definitely see that as well
mm,
that you have made
okay.
it or not.
Okay. I can.
Okay,
I will make it. Yeah. All right. Yeah,
Okay, Pinky. Then we will meet on Monday.
yeah. Thanks, Abhijit, right? Yeah,
Yeah, Abhijit. Okay,
yeah.
Pinky.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Happy weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.